Welcome to the Crafty Author. My name is Anissa. I am the Crafty Author, and welcome to my quilting room. Today we are going to make this fun little fabric postcard. And right here you can see that I've made a gnome, a quilted gnome. And this is what it looks like on the back. So you can jazz these up any way you want to, but I'm going to show you how to make these fun fabric postcards. And we are going to be using my AccuQuilt to do this, but you don't need an AccuQuilt to make one of these. These are very scrappy projects, so grab your scraps. I will be working with my Tula Pink scraps and also Tula Pink charm squares. And we're gonna just jump right in and get started. Okay, so for this project, we're going to be working with this Go die. This is the AccuQuilt Go Cute Car. I think it's adorable. We are going to be working with the AccuQuilt Go Me. This is the small version of it. Again, you don't need to have an AccuQuilt in order to do this, but it does make it a lot easier. And if you would like to purchase one of these AccuQuilts, the links are down below in the description box. I am an affiliate, so go ahead and check out AccuQuilt and see if this is the right system for you. I also will be working with my scraps, like I said, right here. I'm working with the Tula Pink because I love Tula Pink. And I'm going to flip the camera and I'm going to show you how I make these. Okay, I just took one of these cards that I had laying around, and I am going to just trace this and then cut around it. I'm going to use this one of these little clips to hold it in place while I do this so that my card does not move around. All right. You could cut this with a paper cutter if you wanted to. I'm just going to trace mine out and cut it. It's just easier to do it that way. And it honestly, it just doesn't make that big of a difference. So I'm just going to just trace it there. And now I'm done with that. And I'm going to set that aside. And I'm going to cut it out. And I'm cutting two pieces of cardstock together. It doesn't matter what kind of cardstock you have, as long as it's cardstock. And the reason why I cut two is because this side is what we're gonna sew on one of these. So we're gonna sew on this one, and this one will then become our backing. So it'll make it nice and pretty. So this, like this, and this is the plain side that you'll put all of your items to write on, or however you want to do it. All right, so I have my little die right here, and I'm going to pick out my fabric that I want to use for the outer portion of my car, so this part. And I think I'm going to go with these really cute scissors. And oh, that's not going to be maybe big enough. Oh yeah, it'll be big enough. And so I'm going to just go ahead and I'm going to cut that one. And let's see if I can do this. Yeah. So I'm going to cut two pieces at one time. And I am going to do the windows now. And I think I might go with an orange here. So I need to find some orange. And I found this, which I really like. Like I said, this is Tula Pink that I'm working with here, so everything is kind of crazy. I love Tula Pink fabrics. All right, so I'm going to put that on here. This is going to cut two pieces. All right, so I'm going to use my mat, and then I am going to put it through, and I'm just going to start turning. Okay. And there's my two little window pieces that we cut, and the cutout of my car, like that. All right, and now we're done with our, we're done cutting. All right, so now we're ready to put our backing on our piece of cardstock. And I just like to do this. You don't have to. You can actually put your design down right away if you want to. But I like to cover mine. I just feel like it gives it a nicer look. And so that is what I will do with mine. And you can always make these smaller too. So mine is about 5 by 8. And so that's a good size for me. You could do 5 by 7. You can also put these in a frame. It would be really cute for like a child's room or anything like that. It would just be really cute. So I'm just using scrap. Everything I have here is very, very scrappy. And I'm gonna just go ahead and cut this. And what I like to do is I like to put a piece of scrap batting down as well. So I have a piece of that here. Well, actually right here. Yeah, we'll use this one instead. I'm gonna put a piece of scrap batting face down on top of that, on my cardstock. And then I'm gonna put my nice scrappy background down on here as well. And I'm going to go over to my sewing machine and I am going to quilt this just a little bit. All right, so I've gone ahead and I've sewn some lines down. I did some straight lines and then I did a zigzag across. You can use your decorative stitches for this and it will look fantastic. So the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to start laying out my car. And I am going to put it down right here. I've got some loose threads, trim that. Now you could use heat and bond to put this down because yes, you can actually iron onto paper. So you could actually heat and bond it down. I don't think I need to do that at this point. But what I will do is I will go over to my machine now and I'm going to stitch this down. I know this is going to fit because I can already see by piecing it together here what this might look like. So I can see that my little windows are going to fit like that. Pull them apart. There you go. That way you know they're windows. Okay. And then I'm going to put my little wheels on top of here. Like so. Now I'm going to zigzag stitch around each one of these little pieces. So I'm going to zigzag stitch around the whole entire car, and then I'm going to zigzag stitch around each of the windows, and then I'm going to zigzag stitch around my wheels. And then I will put my glitter wheels on top here as well. Okay, so now we're at the machine and I'm just going to start stitching this down. And I am going to use, I'm going to use up bobbin that I have in my machine. This is a good project and a good way to use up all of that extra thread and bobbins that you're not going to be using. So it really is a good way to use up scraps, thread, anything. This is what we have now. Isn't that cute? All right, so we're ready to put on our button wheels. And this is a totally optional step, but I'm going to do it because I think it's adorable. And so I think I might go with what I have 2 of. So, I mean, I could do them in different colors. I think I want to do them in the yellow because they'll pop and make them stand out just a tad bit more maybe. Or maybe I'm going to do it like, yeah, I like that because then it's less blendy. I feel like I got a lot of blendy stuff going on in here. So I just cut off the backs of the buttons. And I am just going to take my hot glue gun now. And I'm just going to place some glue on my fabric. Like so. I'm just going to hold that down there for a sec till it sets up. Okay. And now I'm going to do it to this side as well. You don't really need all that much, but you do want it to stay on there, so. It's so cute. I just cannot get over how cute this is. All right, there you go. So our little bug is done. And now, I mean, if you wanted to do embellishments on your windows, you really actually could. You could do some bright ribbons around here, or you could do, I mean, really anything that you wanted to. I am now going to, I'm going to flip this over. So we're going to trim this. So just take your rotary cutter and your ruler and trim it off, just the excess, okay? Now, if you wanted to be done, you could be done, and you could just go ahead and you could just do pinking shears, or you could leave it like this. I don't like to leave it like this. I want to actually have the nice backing on the back side of mine. So, a little extra step, I'm going to put some paper on the back so that I will be able to write on my whatever I want to put on here, to write my message. I don't know where I got these from. I've had these for a really long time. I think probably when my daughter was in high school. She's not in high school anymore. So I'm just using up old stuff that I have down here in my craft room that I found. I was hiding some things from myself. Gosh, I hate it when I do that. Okay, so I'm just gonna that on there like so. I'm using one of these little scrapbooking glue tapes. It's permanent. Put that right there. I'm going to trim this off to even it up. I know it all looks really strange right now, but it won't in a minute, I promise. Okay. All right, so now we're going to tape these together. And again, I'm going to do it with this, with the tape, the adhesive. And I'm going to place them on top of each other here. Gotta make sure that these are pretty even, and they are. Okay. Now, I'm going to take a piece of binding that I used on another project, and I am actually going to go around and I'm going to use this to bind my little postcard. All I'm going to do is I'm going to start down here and I'm going to sew on the binding all the way around. I've clipped my binding all the way around, as you can see. Now I'm going to go through with a zigzag stitch, and I'm going to zigzag all the way around to hold this in place. Okay, so here's 2 ways to make one of these. So this is with my gnome. That's what the backing looks like on there. And then here's the one we just did. So as you can see, I used, like I said, I used a different colored bobbin, and you can see it on here. And I think it actually adds to the little car. It's all wonky, it's uneven. And that's what's really cool about these, is you can do that. This is what it looks like on the back. It's nice and pretty. Everything is nice and sewn in. The paper is not going anywhere, and you can write your message there. So this is just such a fun project to do. I hope you really enjoyed doing these. I know I did. I'm going to be making a bunch more because I think they're so cute. And I apologize for my voice. I am suffering from allergies, and I was up ill all night. I got some food poisoning, so I'm not feeling my best today. Anyway, if you'd like to follow me on social media, the links are down below in the description box. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Please give the video a like so that it can help the YouTube algorithm see my video. And if you'd like to share, that's wonderful, because sharing is caring. Don't forget to click the little bell. You'll get notified each and every time that I upload an awesomely cool new video. And I keep on crafting. I will talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.